life. And when she met the business-minded Itaru Satio, it wasn't long until Ryujin, Ryujin Industries was formed. Ryujin's first product was based on Decay's, Kairei's, sorry in advance, I awful with pronouncing names and words in general, neurological research, and would prove to be a major breakthrough in technology. The neuroamps would propel Ryujin to the top of the tech industry and solidify their position as a major contender for years to come. It wasn't long before Ryujin Industries began to look to other major forays into the tech world. In 2310, Taiyo Astroneering joined the fold and continued to be a leader in the spacecraft engineering and design today. With a growing business, Decays and Satio worked with Benjamin Bayo to build the massive Ryujin Tower. The incredible effort would showcase the strong relationship between Ryujin Industries and the City of Neon. Okay, City of Neon. I've heard that already a couple of times. Clearly another planet. Ryujin Industries adding to Neon's prestige as something more than just a pleasure city. And Neon also sounds familiar. Is that like the name of the city from Cyberpunk 2077? It's like Neon City or something like that. I don't know. I've never played it. I want to. I've just never played it. Being an attractive bonus to working at Ryujin. Over time, Ryujin Industries would also incorporate Arborn, Drone, and Tranquility into their family. These subsidiaries would future strengthen Ryujin as a formidable competitor and expand their reach into different aspects of life. Today, Ryujin continues to be an industry leader with eyes always pointed towards the future. Neuroamps. Millions of people benefit from our neuroamps every day. Neuroamps are designed to improve overall brain function. In order to boost your quality of life, they've been used in medical monitoring, neurological healing, and mental stabilization to help with sleep, anxiety, and social skills. The first neuroamp was created by Rie, Ray, Ray. I'm just gonna say Rie because I think that's better than what I'm saying with the last name. Rie, a biotech engineer who specialized in neurological designs. Rie was determined to harness the power of the mind to improve aspects of everyday life. While initially only approved by military use, neuroamps became a public commodity in 2315 and continue to be Ryujin's primary product today. In the news, see the latest news of Ryujin Industries. As the leading technology corporation in the settled systems, we love to keep our customers up to date. All articles written by Ryujin Industries Marketing Department. 20th celebrating 20 years. Ryujin Industries and Teo Astroneering celebrated their 20th anniversary this year. Back in 2310, Simon Teo, the son of Teo Astroneering's founder, signed a deal with Ryujin Industries to become their first official subsidiary. The two companies have since celebrated incredible innovations in spacecraft engineering. Teo has remained a top competitor in the spacecraft industry ever since. In commemoration of the historic moment, Ryujin threw a massive gala at the Astral Lounge. It was said to be one of Neon's most prestigious event of the year. Several of other CEOs were in attendance, including Synthetic Solutions, Bastian Porter, and Hope Tech's very own Ron Hope. Rie herself also made a appearance as one of Ryogen's founders and made a toast alongside Masco Imada and Simon Teo uh, to future success. Ryogen Industry now hiring. Ryogen Industries has announced that we are once again hiring the best and the brightest of the settled systems. As a corporation, we're always taking on new hires. However, public announcements of job opportunities are rarely seen, making this a first in the past 2 years. We hope that many aspiring engineers and opportunists will seek this as their chance to join our ever-growing team. Whew. Our latest campaign on interested candidates can be heard in both New Atlantis and Neon. Our job application is available on any information kiosk. I don't think I'm going to actually apply here because if there's like an actual like place where the thing is, I'll wait until I get there. But we shall see where we go now. Galabink. Peace of mind comes without special interest.
Do you like plants? I think plants would be fun, but I worry they just disappoint.
You have a name, so I felt like you should
Hey.
talk. Okay, there we go. Hey yourself, I'm Eve. It's nice to meet you. I don't really know how to respond to that. Hey yourself.
Sure.
Anything I do for you? What are you doing here? Can you tell me more about yourself?
Trying to get a job at Galbank. It's the big building with the word Galbank on it.
You're funny, I like you. I assumed it was that other building over there, the one that says mast. Yeah, I can read. Thanks for clearing that up. You're funny, I like you.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to be a banker. It'll be fun.
You sound like you have great interpersonal skills. Can you tell me more about yourself?
Because magic isn't real, which means I can't be a necromancer. I figured being a soul-sucking banker was the next best thing.
I really like this character. Necromancer wasn't real. I mean, you could have got a job at a cemetery or something. I don't know if those are things in the future, but...
Why?
Because I hate myself. I'm a social butterfly. It's just what people do. You should try it sometime.
Did you die? That's cool. It's so much more fun to be lonely and miserable, but fine. I like to paint, I like to crochet, pretty much hate everything else. You're starting to grow on me, though. Like a fungus. But I like mushrooms. Guess that's the third thing.
Can I do anything for you?
Yeah. Find a Galbank teller and deposit all your cards into my bank account. It'll be paid, of course. Eventually.
Like legit?
Later.
I'm gonna assume no.
If there is any way I can assist you, I'd be. With Galbank, your money is always safe. Always. I do hope you're taking advantage of our remote transaction benefits.
Where did she go? Oh. I was like, whoa, she booked it.
Now, listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you?
I don't know, you didn't even look up from the table, so I don't... There you go. I'm right here. Thanks. Thanks for looking at me. I'm a new receptionist. Sidearms are now standard. read the memo. I'm a member of Constellation, just a starship captain seeking what Atlantis has to offer.
Really? Oh, you have your own ship? Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that
No doubt.
could help us both out. Very lucrative.
Is it legal? I'm interested. You're buttering me up pretty thick.
You're a law and order type? Well, this is perfect. This job is literally serving justice. Gal Bank is the agreed party. And if you
If
help
serving
me,
a bank is justice, then I
always.
think that there should be anarchy. Not even lying. Like, I think there should be anarchy if serving a bank is justice. I'm interested.
So you see right through me. You've got a good eye. You are just the person I'm looking for. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge.
How many credits are we talking about? So, what's so difficult with debt collection? Tell me about the mark then.
If you haven't noticed, and I'm guessing you have, the settled systems is big. Like really big. Someone gets seriously underwater, they skip the system. And it's a real pain to track them down. Sad truth is, we can't track everyone down, so credit analysis always has a black eye when reporting to the higher-ups.
Tell me about the mark then. What credits are we talking about?
Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders. Yes! So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead. We don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen.
How do I get him to pay?
Well, you may need to lean on him, scare him. Nothing illegal, just talk to him. And don't listen to any sob stories he tells you. Any job I give you, I guarantee there's not some poor sick aunt that needs credits for surgery. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violating the terms of their Gal Bank agreements.
Yeah, no doubt, because, obviously, the bank here is the one who can be trusted. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's, sucky to, like, make a contract with somebody and then they break that contract, because it's like, you're breaking the trust that I'm giving you by giving you this money or whatever we're doing. Like, you're breaking that trust agreement and whatnot. That sucks and is shitty, but, like, also, like, these banks prey upon people too, so, like, don't act like you're not also scummy here. What happens if he dies? Is he dangerous?
Well, I mean, yes, we're not the only ones looking for him. And you don't dome up on a dust ball unless you're serious about dodging your civic responsibilities.
Civic responsibility. It's like the way that he communicates. I know that, like, you're a scummy bank. Because, like, when you say things like civic duty and, like, things like, oh, like, supporting the bank is the right legal thing to do, like, you're scummy. Like, come on, you're scummy. Neither of those things are true. Banks are businesses, and that's all they are. They're just a business. And if they're not making money, they don't care about you. And if they can make money while screwing you over, they will. What happens if he dies?
If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Gal Bank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him.
Like, again, the language that this man is using is making it sound like what they're doing is not bad. It's just they're just doing business. And the fact that like he says like liquidation instead of like if we wanted to murder him over money, we would. But like he doesn't say that. He's like if we wanted to liquidate him, like telling you, bank's scummy. Scummy. Like I don't know what the sob story that this man's gonna actually like put out there. I assume it's gonna be something about like also like the bank is bad, right? And then you have to make a decision of like whether you side with the bank or side with him. And that'll lock you out of like more bank quests probably, but oh man, it's so hard sometimes to do like all quests because like you're just like I really don't want to side with your scummy butt. Let's collect some
I'll
debt.
send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current. I hate to end on this note, but you know, not everyone's a straight arrow.
Totally.
You cut a deal with Dieter. Honestly, I have no way of knowing. But don't expect any more jobs from me. Best of luck. I believe in you.
You're not a local either? New Atlantis people are always putting on airs.
If you need serious firepower, Outlands...
Being in the UC always makes my skin.
I really like the cowboy outfit, honestly.
Not here on business, just shopping.
I want to find me a cowboy hat. What's up? Why are these businesses so... Well, I know why. Like, realistically, but, like, they're so tiny. Like, they have this big storefront, and then, like, the inside of the store is, like, so
Welcome
tiny.
to Outland. We deal in only the finest, most reliable gear for whatever adventures may await you. All of our products come highly recommended by individuals who have devoted their lives to distant travel. And while I've never needed them myself, I stand by everything we offer.
It's almost like weird, like if you're gonna have such a tiny storefront, you might as well have this an open area instead of having to go to through a loading screen just to go to a tiny little niche area. Like, I don't know, there hasn't been that many shops that I'm like, oh well, that would make the hardware like have to run better and stuff to like render these things and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. You have like literally empty GalBank kiosks. What's that for? When you could literally just, instead of having that asset, remove that asset and like make it so that, you know, they have like a little interior thing. I don't know. Silly nitpick, honestly.
I hope I haven't offended in some way.
Appropriate. So you just fly out there butt naked. I'm impressed. I'm surprised you don't use any of the things you sell.
I've never left the planet, so no, I do not.
You really never been to space? You get a lot of repeat customers?
Goodness, no, I just couldn't. You're out there millions of miles away from anything, and if something goes wrong, I can't stomach the thought. I prefer solid ground under my feet at all times. And preferably a hot, fresh coffee within reach. Can't get those in space either.
You could just bring coffee with you, but okay. You get a lot of repeat customers?
I do. In this line of work, it's essential, don't you think? Not seeing people come back would not only suggest that they're not satisfied with our business, but that whatever they purchased had failed, leaving them unable to return. I would not be able to sleep at night if I thought that were the case.
Let's see what you have for sale.
Yes, by all means, have a look.
Weapons. Okay. Spacesuits. space trucker. Why does it look like this? The Scrim space trucker to you? This kind of looks like the helmet from what's that series? Lord, I read all the books. I should remember what the series name is. There's a TV series that came out recently about based off the books. I'm gonna remember it later. Leather jumpsuit. Okay.
Be careful out there.
Roger that. You're just standing straight up in the doorway.
Wow, you look completely different.
It's me.
I mean, you look great, but isn't it going to confuse him? He won't even recognize you.
I'll be mysterious.
Zoe, you are one in a million.
Maybe for our third date, I'll be a redhead.
Maybe I should update my look.
You simply have to
Dizzy
try
and keeping
and
up with my friend's new looks.
You look great. But if you'd like to look better, you're in the right place. Hi,
Like that,
welcome
he
to
like
Enhance.
complimented me
Thanks
while
so
also
much
saying
for
that like I
stopping
could
in
look
today.
better than
I'm
how I
sure my
already
staff
look.
and I can accommodate your every
Good marketing
need.
there.
If you're here
He
to
didn't
try
just like
something
immediately
new
say
or
like, "Oh, you look
win,
dreadful.
or to
You should get a
replicate look
fucking
you've seen and
makeover
loved
from me."
elsewhere,
He
or
like
just
gave
wanna
me a
love
nice
your
compliment
reflection
and
in
said
a
that,
mirror a
but if you
little
wanted
bit
to look
more, we've got you covered.
fantastic, like
All our services and records
like
are
that.
private and confidential, so no need to worry.
No doubt. Is it all? Oh, that's all safe.
Oh, yes, of course, sure. Enhance's proprietary registered technology is absolutely the best in the settled systems. There is a reason we've been the #1 most trusted brand for reconstructive and plastic surgery for 2 decades running.
Only two. What kind of reasons bring people in here?
Well, I'm not at liberty to disclose any of our patients' personal motivations or services. You understand, of course. But, gosh, it could be anything, really. Something simple or a total reconstruction. Why you're here doesn't really matter to me. It's just important that you're satisfied when you leave.
I'm glad that you take the patient confidentiality seriously. Breach of information could be a major problem for your business. That is a very specific statement.
Oh my God. You certainly put things bluntly, don't you?
No doubt. I guess, but it sounds like you take your patient's confidentiality seriously, so you have nothing to worry about. Didn't mean to scare you, I just meant that it's important for places like these to build trust with their patients.
You just took me a little bit off guard. It's like you read my mind or something. You see, I've run into a bit of an issue, a teensy little issue. I may have lost a data slate containing the confidential information of numerous
Now we know why it
patients.
was so specific, because they're
Little
giving you a
things, know,
quest.
like payment, information, procedures done, age, birthdays, mailing addresses. Oh no, who am I kidding? This is so bad. If that information gets out, my business and reputation could be destroyed. No patient will trust me again.
Probably, honestly. Although you could be like Google, like who leaks people's information all the time, or gets the information stolen from them, you know, allegedly all the time, and no repercussions happen to them. So depends on how big your company is. Why did you just tell me all that? What's stopping me from spreading this info around? Sounds like you're irresponsible and bad at your job. Well, that certainly isn't good.
Because I sense a kind of aura around you, an air of nobility. Also, it all just spilled out. I couldn't hold it in anymore.
You're not really, you shouldn't be part of this place. Sounds like you're irresponsible and bad at your job. Well, that certainly isn't good.
It's not. People's private information is at stake, ready to be taken by any bad actor that finds that damn slate. And worse, my reputation
use the word
and
bad
business
actor.
is on the line. Please.
Like people are just every day playing a role.
You have to find that slate.
Some people are good actors, some people are bad. That's not my problem. Alright, I'll find it. Where have you visited recently?
Yes. Oh, thank you. And let's see, I frequent the Terror Brew nearby, as well as Whetstone. I also stopped by the Valberg building recently. Thank you for doing this. You're a lifesaver. Please, come back as soon as you have the slate. Oh, and don't read anything on it. It's confidential stuff, remember?
No doubt. No doubt. Pay 500 credits and get... No.
Enhance will be here anytime you'd like a different look.
Lord. That's funny.
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Easy for you to say, top of the class.
Infinity is huge. Like, staggeringly huge. They need people like
Welcome to... You'll need to contact someone directly if you need to schedule an appointment.
I'm sure a junior assistant is fine.
you. Is your foot in the... Ooh, show 'em. Initiative, positive attitude, and the sky's the limit.
I could see how you made that shit.
Managed to jump out moments before their defeat. This is yet another black eye, and Sisters never-ending struggles.
As you can see, traffic is good. The sales keep climbing.
And there are 2 locations in New Atlantis?
Yes, and the sales in the fest didn't dip at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant. People need coffee.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging.
How many people live here, like in this city? I have to, it has to be like a few 100,000, right? Because, I mean, they said like when Earth, when I was reading earlier, like when Earth, you know, kind of died or became uninhabitable, they like became the new like thingy. Like or are we just going off the fact that like, oh yeah, no, people on Earth died. They, when Earth died or was uninhabitable, the people on Earth died, or did those people like come here and or throughout the system type thing? Because I mean, like right now we have like what, like 7 billion people or 8 billion people on this planet. Maybe it's lower. I don't know off the top of my head.
Gorgeous weather today, huh?
Hi there. Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get you?
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
That's cool, but you could just tell me, honestly.
Certainly. Please take your time.
Yo, these are 70 credits for a coffee? Could you imagine if a coffee was like $70? Honestly, if a coffee was like $70, like, you know, the generation that like constantly says that the reason why my generation is poor because we drink coffee and avocados, they might actually have like a leg to stand on. If they were $70 a cup. $5 or $4 a cup, not really. They don't have a leg to stand on, but at 70, they might. They might actually. I forgot what that lady needed from one of these kiosks. Because that's one of my quests, isn't it? Do in full, invitation. Talk to the bartender at Viewport, investigate brown outs in the well, complete a research craft, start on blah blah blah, deliver a Terrabrew cappuccino to Don.
Hello and welcome to Terrabrew.
Hey, what's up?
Certainly. Please take your time.
Will do. God, that is an expensive coffee. Thanks. Oh yeah, that's the guy's credit thingy or whatever. I don't see it here.
I'm a morning person. Just a regular ball of sunshine. I want to raise a pet, but only because an army of skeletons is out of the question.
I really like this girl's energy. Like,
mm-hmm.
Where are you?
What do you want? I'm very busy.
I'm sorry. Fine, just take this and let me be on my way. That's no way to talk to a hard-working delivery person. Relax, Marcus Lister. From the Sanctum, want me to deliver this to you.
What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while back. I haven't checked it out again, though.
I wouldn't go back if I were you. It was a waste of time. What are your thoughts on the Sanctum Universum?
It's interesting. The whole literally finding God thing is comforting to me, in a way.
It's cool.
Wait, why am I telling you this?
Because I asked. Wouldn't go back if I were you. It was a waste of time. Maybe you should visit again. Yeah, might as well.
Sure.
I mean, if that's for you, that's for you.
The truth is that I want to believe in it all. The Sanctum Universum believes that God gave us the ability to grab jumps so that we can search
really
for him
needed your
and find
seat.
him.
Just like...
If that's true, maybe I can find my dad as well. I lost him when I was just a little girl. I can barely remember him.
Talking with the other members may help with your grief. I understand, but you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So why didn't you ever go back to the church?
Because if it all ends up not being real, I'd be devastated.
True, but you also still have that support group. Again, I see why people get really like into these type of things, like, you know, religions and cults and stuff, because it's a part of being a sense of community and whatnot, and like that support group. It's mostly the like forcing people into stuff like that, or looking down on people who aren't into that same thing, or not being supportive of people who are not into the same group as you. Is just bad. Like, as the other guy said, they're bad actors when they
Stop
act that way.
Stop wasting my time.
Sorry.
I don't need a lecture from you. Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll go back if I want to.
Okay.
Mark my words. Someday, I'll be running the Office of Interstellar Affairs. If I move back to Neon, I'd miss New Atlantis like crazy.
Are you from New Atlantis? Do you work around here?
No, I'm from Neon. I moved here a couple months ago for a job at the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
I hope you're settling in well. How do you like living here? What's the Office of Interstellar Affairs?
It's a part of MAST's administrative wing. We handle relations between the UC and the Freestar Collective. One of our main focuses is making sure the armistice stays intact. I don't think anybody wants another war.
Okay, I'm gonna try on what MAST means. Military Administrative Space Task Force. If I get that from just being absolutely random, like popped in my head, like I think that would be absolutely ridiculous. I better not be that, because that is an absolute mouthful of ridiculousness. I hope you're settling well. How do you like?
Oh, I love it. I think New Atlantis is the most beautiful place in the settled systems. I can't believe how many trees there are in the city.
I hope you're settling in well.
Thanks. Maybe I'll see you around.
Probably.
Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid.
Thanks for your time. Argos, isn't that the place that I worked at? Pretty game.
You look familiar. Where do I know you from?
I mean, I used to work for your company, I guess. You must be mistaken for... No, I don't think we've ever met. I worked with Lynn on the job.
Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know. So what can I help you with?
What's next for Argos? What do you do here? What is Argos known for? What is Lynn's role in Argos? I wanted to let you know that the Crimson Fleet attacked us on Vectra.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay?
I'm fine. There were some injuries, including the client, Barrett. It was a mess, blood everywhere. I've never seen such carnage. Pretty sure someone died. There were literally 3 people that died. Everyone's fine, except the pirates. I made sure they got what they deserved. That is also true, yes. But are you able to give me any compensation for the ordeal? I'm fine. There were some injuries, including the client, Barrett.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad to hear you made it out of there. And I sincerely hope Barrett is recovering well. We'll be sure to send him a token of our sympathy, as well as a generous discount off of our services. Thank you for letting us know.
What is Lynn's role in Argos?
Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even supervises some of our more important work sites. That woman never stops impressing me. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, extra tough, or just plain dangerous. And we always get the job done on schedule at a lower cost than our competitors.
What do you do here?
I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale, and interface with new clients. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats, as they say.
What's next for Argos?
We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs like that. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos. Take care out there.
Not to be rude, but I'd appreciate it if I can get back to work.
Go back to work. I didn't say a single word to you. Colonists wanted. Explore for unique resources. Colonize virgin territory. Become a vital part of the new communities. Forge your fate as you stake your claim in the settled systems. With your purchase of one settler starter kit from any local Freestar Collective outpost, you can embark upon the adventure of a lifetime. Each starter kit comes with basic survival tools, blah 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 blah. Okay.
Welcome to Whetstone. If you're looking for the best cut of meat in the settled systems, look no further.
What's a whetstone?
The general term? A sharpening stone, for knives. The kind of knives that cut the most delicious meat in the settled systems. This whetstone, though, is the best restaurant you've ever eaten at. If you like a perfect steak, you're in the right place.
Does all your food come from local sources?
You must be joking. I have an exclusive contract with the Trade Authority. It's all shipped in from off-world. And no, I'm not divulging the planet of origin.
God forbid. I like to see what's on the menu.
I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Baguette. Wine, 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 wine. Cube wine. Beer. Plum. The deep. I'm assuming that's fish. Grilled pieces of alien salmon. Served along mixed vegetables and mashed potatoes. That's an interesting looking piece of alien salmon. Smoked slab of ribs served with mashed potatoes and vegetables. Strip. I don't know if I like that actually. Doesn't look necessarily how I would make my steak. A seared strip steak served alongside mixed vegetables. Vodkagen. Let's see. It's patient files. Oh, this is the. It's Sworner, blah blah blah, Slade. Okay, cool. We already found his thing. By total accident.
Been up there, huh? Space?
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
The egg you found wasn't beeping, was it? Get lost, kid. I'm looking for a biosensor, not eggs. I'll be sure and let you know.
Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits. I wish I lived on a spaceship.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Please tell me you're not here
Believe
to
I'm
see Mr.
here,
Barron.
as I will meet David. It's going to happen.
David Barron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it pans out into a full story, you'll be compensated.
Cool.
Welcome to SSNN, where the news never
I
sleeps.
do like being compensated
If you're part
for
of the
stories.
David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
Who are you? What's your problem with David Barron? Nice to meet you too. David seems like a maniac.
Sorry. Long day. Longer night. How about a do-over? Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things.
My life's gotten very weird and interesting lately. I am always eager to help the press. I always wanted to be famous.
Sounds like an old pickup line. But it really has, hasn't it? I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
Crimson Fleet attacked Argos mining facility in Vectra. What stories are you working on right now? I don't want to do an interview right now. How is it working for SSNN? What's David Barron really like?
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Constellation commissioned the dig. The Crimson Fleet wanted the proceeds. I have no idea, just glad I survived. We were mining beryllium, iron, and some rare minerals. Easy credits for them.
Bad blood between the fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
That seems insulting. I'd rather keep my name and roll out of the story. I ran the whole dig. Supervisor Eve, at your service. I was one of the miners. I worked at Argos, now I'm with Constellation.
Wow, an actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics.
Is it me, or is she being kind of
harrowing
rude?
tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
I took point on defense with my handy mining laser. I killed the whole lot of them single-handedly. The mining crew banded together and fought them off with mining lasers. We had help Barrett, a member of the Constellation, and his robot Vasco. I don't really remember. It was chaos. I mean, some of this is kind of true. I did take up the defense and pretty much eliminated them. I didn't do it with a mining laser. The mining crew did kind of band together, but like most of them died, and Barrett and them I don't know if really actually helped, honestly, but we'll go with that part of the story.
How heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners. I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report.
500 credits? Wow, that's
You
it.
talk and get paid, I spread the news. It's a classic win-win.
How's working?
We're short-staffed, overworked, and trying to report on a million things at once. Not to mention there's a constant battle with the powers that be to maintain our journalistic principles. So, Things are just swell.
I don't want to do an interview right now. What's the...
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked.
I'd be willing to do the interviews for you. Tough luck. You think anyone will read something like that?
I wouldn't be writing it if I didn't. Most people in New Atlantis like to pretend the well doesn't exist. I think it's important to call attention to what's going on down there.
Maybe you're right. They're right. I'd be willing to do the interviews for you.
Would you really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. I'm sure you'd do great.
Consider it done. Actually, I can't help you right now. If I help you out, will you give me credits as a co-author? Credit as a co-author. Consider it done.
Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the Med Bay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing, and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough. My source is back. Here to
What's
report
David
anything
Barron
else?
really like?
Dear Lord, everyone wants to know about Baron. He's a smart guy. He cares about what he's reporting. He's way too damn cozy with the UC, and that's a problem for us staying impartial. My biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger to correct that impression. Hope to see you again.
We're close to the act. Administrations come and go in the big city, but SSNN is here to stay. It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source.
That seems like a very randomly placed thing that's totally not going to have a quest related to it later.
David's amazing, and I hear he's
Commercial district. It's not like I walked around this whole area.
It took years to get it looking just like this.
Whatever you say.
I know you think this is a joke of a job, but keeping the grounds immaculate, you can take pride in it.
Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at it.
These greens are the heart of the commercial district. And if it's clean, if it's thriving, so is New Atlantis.
I'm just here for the paycheck.
You'll come around. You'll see.
The dude's like literally every person working any low-end job. I'm just here for the paycheck, man.
Rations? Check.
Oh, another cute little bot. It's a security bot? What does it do?
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
What is it to you? What is it you do here? You bought an egg from a kid recently. Oh, this is the place. I guess I needed it. I like to see what you have to say.
You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with?
No doubt.
It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care.
You bought an egg from a kid recently. I need
Who,
it.
Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why? What is it?
It's sensitive scientific equipment, very important. It's nothing, just some junk I dropped the other day. It's none of your business. Does it matter? Can I just have it?
Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra.
I like how
Let's
you're
call it a
charging me for
convenience
something that
fee, shall we?
that kid stole and then sold to you, and instead of being like, whoa, can't you just give it to me?
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly,
Why does it say
it's probably
steal?
worth way
It's not
more
even
than what we're talking
stealing.
about.
Like, that dude owns that. He placed it to get scientific data, and then this random kid picks it up and removes it from where it is and then sells that to you. That's that dude's property. You just bought stolen property and you're asking me to pay you money? That's so silly. Fine, here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Locate the biosensor. I'd like to see what you have for sale.
I hope we have what you need.
I don't know, man. I really kind of didn't like the way that kind of was handled. Ooh, a Gatling gun. How much is that? 36,000 credits. That's a little ridiculous. That is a pretty gun, but it's 22,000 credits. Also ridiculous. And they have 0 rounds for it. Marine. Marine. It's a cool helmet. Kind of looks like a Halo 2. No, sorry, Halo 3 flight helmet.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like the
Is everything in this area? I know there's like a central building that I didn't explore.
Are you working toward that next technological leap?
Working at the distribution center can be tiring, but it sure is rewarding.